Hello and welcome to Germany. I am Josh from Agatebay and today I have some really cool agates to cut. I hope you're all comfortable in your chairs or on your couch to watch the TV. And I have some exciting Sueco agates from Mexico that I want to cut with you. These are very nice roundly shaped nodules, so I hope I can cut all of these with a nice symmetrical face. Only very few of them actually show windows, most of these are complete nodules, so this will be quite a surprise for me to cut. Make sure to watch my previous video because I was just stunned on how beautiful these can actually be, and I think we will get right into it with the first nodule, which is actually a really interesting piece, because if you look closely with me, just follow me here, you can see that if you look closely, this section down here actually looks like it has some sort of a pseudomorph pattern. It needs a little bit of experience to read this nodule, but I'm pretty confident that this area down here is a pseudomorph that will spread inside of the nodule, and from Sueco there's no agatized pseudomorphs that I know of, so this will probably be a carbonated pseudomorph, so just brown kind of replacement in the agate nodule, but I will still go for it because these pseudomorphs are actually quite rare in these agates. So I will go for a placement cut through the center of the pseudomorph, right up here over the biggest face, and the cut through the center of the pseudomorphs. Almost good. I cut the piece pretty exactly the way I wanted to cut it, right through what I believed was a pseudomorph, and that's exactly what it was. So you can see here the brown remains of the original crystals that spreaded from here. It is an almost really good agate. You can see gorgeous banding surrounding the entire piece, great parallax over the entire specimen. What I don't like so much is the filling in the center, which is calcite crystal structures, in some areas almost dissolving, as you can see. It's possible to dissolve the entire calcite center with hydrochloric acid if you wanted to, so you can actually see a very clean druzy in this piece. Yeah, I'm saying almost good because the banding is fantastic, but I don't quite like the calcite as much, and the pseudomorph is also more a remaining part, but not a really nice aesthetic pseudomorph in this sort of sense. Usually I like to cut the Sueco agates for a more tighter banding, because typically in Sueco agates the bands are already relatively far apart from each other, so by cutting them through a tighter angle you are provoking to get more of the parallax in the piece, if that is the right wording to use. But I think you know what I mean. In this case, however, I decided to cut it differently, because you can see if I blow up top here that it has a large opening here, which I think will be going pretty deep inside of the stone, and it also has the yellow jasper which is lining down here at the bottom of the piece. And to get a more symmetrical face, I will cut it right above the window here, and then once just across the entire bottom of the nodule to have a nice round face, but the banding will probably be a little bit further apart, and we'll see if we actually get to the druzy opening if we just cut down here at the lowest, maybe ½ inch in size of this specimen. Okay. Oh. I just said we will call it an interesting piece because it turned out a little different. The opening from top actually made it all the way down here. Even here you can see a little bit of the yellow jasper inclusion, which peaked all the way up to here, and then some layers of clear chalcedony peeking through as well. It's not a super high quality piece in terms of the banding, I would say. Still a pretty interesting one, and yeah, it's okay. This is the first nodule that I will cut for the more concentrated banding, like I've already been mentioning in the earlier nodules. So I could cut it for a much bigger face actually, but I prefer to have a smaller sized nodule and face and have more tighter banding instead. So the biggest volume of the nodule seems to be more here on the left hand side, so it's actually quite convenient that I can cut right next to the window, the onlyest window up top here, showing a little bit of banded chalcedony in sort of a bluish color, and then I can just cut it right across the entire specimen like this and hopefully get two nice halves out of it. It turned out to be a quite interesting piece as I'm opening it up. You can see it's got some unique chromatography, which is pretty unusual for Sueco agates. But also here, nice flow channel going in both directions, and here you can see even another one just peeking away from the center. And yeah, nice druzy opening in this one. So I would say it's a good one, but I'm hoping for more colors in one of the last few cuts I'm making with you today. Yeah, this nodule has kind of like a triangular shape if I put it like this, and I will cut it right across here. So I will have the chance for the bands to be relatively symmetrical and have the same look from all angles it's being looked at. So that can create a parallax effect if this piece had some parallax. And yeah, I will just cut it right across here.
Not excited.
Yeah, this piece didn't quite turn out the way I was hoping, but you can see there's like some crumbly calcite inside of the druzy, which I can just easily take out here. So it was very brittle and just fell apart when cutting it. So nice translucency in this agate, and now it's also got a really nice botryoidal hollow center in this specimen. But still we're looking for the nice colors or banding like in the first piece we've been cutting. So I think two more to go, so we're not giving up quite yet, but I think it can still get a little bit better. Yeah, this one's also got a quite interesting shape, and I think I will also cut it for a more round symmetrical face. So right across the bottom part here, and then across the center of the nodule over here, and then back up here. So once across this specimen. Yeah, this one actually turned out quite nice. It's got some beautiful banding and translucency, great depth in the banding as well, and topped off with this nice little flow channel up top here. So banding is great. Now we're just hoping for a little bit more color, and I hope the last piece may be the best one. This is the last one I'm cutting for today. It seems like it has a flow channel ridge line right across here, but we don't really care about that. Also here I will cut for the most round face, so it's a little bit angled here, and I will cut right through the center across the round area down here at the bottom, across here, and then back up here where the round part begins again. Yeah, this is the last one, and it looks like this. So it's got some really interesting, nice flow channels going from the center in all directions. Also nice clarity in the banding, so not a bad piece, but not a great one either. And I look at all of the pieces I've just been cutting together with you right now. Some of the pieces can be really incredible, but as you can see, a lot of these pieces also just have some sort of chalcedony, some with great depth and flow channels, which is really interesting, but I am always looking for really nice colorful specimens. And if I compare this series to the last series of Suecos I've been cutting, then I can just say the last series has been so much better. And Yeah, it's just been really a one-of-a-time cutting session with the Sueco agates last time, because most of the agates you cut from this location will probably look a little bit similar like this. This material is relatively expensive, like most of the other Mexican agates that I'm also cutting sometimes. So of course you're always also hoping for really valuable specimens. I hope you still enjoyed it, although this time we didn't cut that one killer piece. But that's just how it goes sometimes. So subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my future videos as well, and I hope I'll see you in the next video, where there will be a lot more great agates than these, I hope. Thanks for watching.